Welcome, everyone. This is Chit Chat Chronicles with Marcel from the New Norm. Welcome to the channel.
Doing today
Everything's going. How about you?
things, everything, trying to
Everything is
hold it in the road.
everything. All right, I had to get you on because I saw the video that you uploaded with Ciara and Russell Wilson.
They going crazy.
They are going crazy about this story, the Waffle House. So, what made you want to just talk about it?
Reason why I see Ciara is Russell Wilson's wife. If you don't know, is happy to go to Waffle House, man. Like a lot of women ain't happy with nothing these days, man. I'm upset with the environment, man. So to see Ciara go to Waffle House, man, and act like it was a first grade trip to Waffle House, and her being happy, a pregnant woman at that, being happy about it, man. That's all it was like. I was just happy. I was happy to see a woman that's actually being grateful these days. Like I salute it. I salute that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Women being grateful for a man taking them on a simple date, you know?
Right. I mean, it is Ciara and Russell Wilson, they're millionaires. So, a Waffle House date, considering that list and that Cheesecake Factory dates. So all of this was, perfect timing.
If y'all don't know what we talking about, it's a girl that went to Cheese Factory and she was like, I deserve better than Cheesecake Factory. I look so good and you gonna take me to Cheesecake Factory? Man, it's crazy, man. Like women don't feel like Cheesecake Factory is enough. Like personally, I ain't never been to Cheesecake Factory, so if a woman took me out to Cheesecake Factory,
well, me personally, I've been a few times, and I mean, it's a nicer chain restaurant.
Okay.
But it's not one of my favorites personally. I'm sure a lot of people like it, but I don't think their food's all that great. They have the cheesecake, considering.
Okay. So did she? But when you watched the video, was you in the interpretation that she didn't want to go because of the food, or she didn't want to go because it was the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, absolutely not. She definitely wanted to go. I mean, she definitely wanted to go to I forgot the name of the other restaurant that he said he had reservations for.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. It seemed like everybody, they do things for the quote unquote gram, or they're doing stuff to get a rise or a response out of people. And
go ahead.
Oh no, maybe she didn't want to tell everybody her first date was at the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know.
I think a lot of women, and they gonna hate me for this, man, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Salute to the Chit Chat Chronicles fam. That some of y'all women need to accept what a man can give. All of us ain't rich. All of us ain't got money. All of us doing the best we can. But if we put a thought in a date, but it's to we ain't gonna say McDonald's, but let's make it a little better. Checkers, you know what I'm saying? If I take you to Checkers and it's the first and it's the first place I can think of a fancy memory from it, like why is that not acceptable for a first date these days?
I'm gonna say this, and I hope it doesn't sound bad. Maybe when we're teenagers, right? Like maybe a Checkers or McDonald's wouldn't be so bad, Maybe I don't know.
I'm saying, okay, let's put a little thought into it since you say.
Okay.
Say you meet a man. Say if you was single, speaking, and you meet a man, and he be like, "Hey, I want to meet you I want to come to get to know you. Meet me at this coffee shop. Meet me at Starbucks. Let's get to know each other. Let's talk. Let's not focus on the money or like that." Would you be fine with that, not knowing if he had $1 in his pocket or not? Or like if you meet a man, and I'm gonna end this question off like this: if you meet a man that might be struggling at the time, you know what I'm saying, and he has the ambition to want to be something in life, but he hasn't yet touched that yet. But you see, he has the ambition. Why women don't give ambition a chance,
Ambition. I think a lot of women do. Or I'll say this, I think they did, which is why we're at the point where we are now, right? So I don't know, that's risky. Like I shouldn't answer a question with a question, but what about the men or the women who kind of quote unquote build up the man or help them or be with them while they're struggling, and then once they get their money, per the late Kevin Samuels, then they can have options, and they can, choose.
that is true, but I think a man more willing to stay with a woman that holds him down. The majority of men would not leave a woman after she done hold him down and have him gain. But if he does, that just always showed he was a bad man in the first place. To me, if you ask me, like if he leaves you soon as the sign he got $1, that's not making a good man. The same if you get with a man that's rich, that don't make him a good man. Just because he's rich, he got $1. If
Oh
anything,
no.
he's more out to do you wrong because he has them options. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, yeah, and I get all of that, but at the same time, I don't know if a man should be pursuing a woman if they, can't afford a decent date. Maybe they need to work on themselves a little more. And I know every situation is different, but in this economy, we.
so my question is to you: Was it more about Waffle House being a special place they went to, or was it more about the money? He shut it down for her. What made this such a significant date?
Now, let me say, when I first saw the story, I said, "Oh, that's really sweet," because I know she's expecting, right? A
Yeah,
lot of times when women are expecting, they have cravings, they might want a certain thing. So she could have been telling him, "Hey, I want to go to the Waffle House. I would love to go to Waffle House." And maybe he's like, "You know what? Her birthday's coming up. I'm gonna surprise her, and I'm gonna take her to Waffle House because, them being celebrities, maybe they can't do that all the time because, you know, they're always gonna be recognized wherever they go." So I thought it was a nice gesture because for all we know, she could have been talking about it for months, and now they can finally go. Who
I
knows?
want to take it back to the point why a lot of men don't like Russell Wilson. This one, those who like a lot of men don't like Russell Wilson because, in my point of view, a lot of men can't be Russell Wilson. We can't give no girl what Russell Wilson gives a woman. You know what I'm saying? So we compete with that, and we more see ourselves as the future of stuff. So when this man comes, we get real bitter about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think you said a word there, like.
Yeah, we get real bitter about it. You know,
Yeah, but of course, the whole thing with Ciara and Russell is, future. That's what the problem is. She was supposed to be, just a baby mama for the rest of her life. She's married now. She has children, so that's the way the men see it, which is why they hate that relationship so bad.
I don't think that's it. I just don't. I think most men view like if you viewing it from a man like as being like we like Future music so much, and Future is from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So quote unquote hood. You know what I'm saying? When you got a Carlton come over and takes a whole nother man's child and
Not a Carlton.
yeah, and flint your own child back in your face. We as men took that as a sign of Russell Wilson getting disrespect. You know.
I mean, I guess in some instances, but I don't know. Would you call it flaunting in his face? I don't know.
These days, me knowing what I know about Future, I would not because we just know he just loves Ciara so much he wanted to accept the son and raise the child right
Right.
now. But I also see what made me look at him in a better light is the whole Waffle House situation. I'm like, he out here taking his wife to Waffle House, man. He ain't got to trying to impress nobody. He out here making special occasions at Waffle House. Like,
I mean, and if I'm not mistaken, their first date was at the White House. So
okay.
I mean, I think he's done. I think he's done well. I think
So,
he's.
so you
Yeah.
saying a man have to try and sweep the woman off the feet on the first date, but does it have to be something expensive though? Would you say?
I don't think so necessarily. Because what if you're I guess I don't know, just out at a coffee shop and you happen to meet somebody and y'all just chat it up and talk. It may not be an official first date, but you can consider that your first date. I mean, I don't think it's the money always. I think more so character. That's really important because
I don't think women look at character no more though. But I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I think America and especially the majority of black women I see more about classism. Like if you ain't in the corporate room or you ain't the dope boy or you ain't the scammer, you're not getting to holler at no women. You ain't getting no women these days if you ain't one of them three.
you sure? Look.
I don't see the guy working at Burger King, McDonald's trying to get the pretty woman ever get woman. He always gonna leave him for the scammer or the drug dealer. Like if you had to ask me.
Oh, you're saying the women are gonna leave the stand-up guy for the
For the
real. Okay.
for the guy that just gonna, that's just about the money. They got the money that he can afford to give her nicer things. Like whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, she gonna rather be with a guy for stability and then have that. And then most of these women that's looking for stability, they don't have nothing to offer these men.
Now, I do agree with some of that. Not quite all of it, but I do agree with some of it. And then the biggest thing for me is that the culture that we're growing up in now, I don't think any of that is important. Like women are having less children these days. They aren't going after the quote unquote traditional way of doing things.
Do you think when the birth control is a good thing or a bad thing?
Mm. So, that's a loaded question because birth
'Cause my
control.
in my eyes, you don't have to give your opinion on it if you don't want to. But in my eyes, is that the birth control has then gave these women a go do what you want free card. And now they're using the birth control instead of honoring their body and doing what nature did for them, instead of being choicy. And they should be choicy on what man they date and what man they not date, instead of having these hot girl summers and stuff. And I won't just say that. If I know I'm gonna get a lot back, like say that, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
about men too. Men too, they need to be more choicy with the women they choose, because they choosing these bad women.
And I mean, that's the question too you have to go to as why is that happening? But as far as birth control, it's good and bad because, things happen. Maybe it's needed in certain instances. And it has more than one purpose too. Sometimes it helps regulate women's hormones and
That's the
depending on
that's another thing about Roe versus Wade that I didn't know till somebody informed me that a lot of women is getting, sexually assaulted, and
yeah,
they
and yeah.
have it helps them with that. And now I don't. I used to agree with, now no abortions, but now I agree, in certain,
Right. In some instances
yeah,
it's
in
like
certain instances it's
why
needed.
would you traumatize someone even
Yeah.
further? You know, um, but for some, even with that, I don't think abortion should be used for like birth control. No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
But it can have some negative effects on women's health too. So that's why I say it's a loaded question.
You done heard a
So
lot of women get big on that Depo.
yeah,
Like the
it
Depo though.
can cause you to gain because those hormones, you don't know. Everybody's different too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to prescribe one thing, okay, for everybody. They do have multiple options, but it's still a thing of how's my body going to react to
So
this? And then,
I'm gonna ask you a real tough question back on the subject. Do you think women in 2023 should lower their standards?
should lower their standards?
Should they lower their standards and stop it's having these high, these made up men in their mind? Like they
Made
want
up
their
man?
man to make six figures. They want him to come home, cook dinner. They want him to take care of the babies too. They is dating in my scenario. They is dating Superman. It's not dating no man that's actually. It's no man out there that's really. It's no build a bear man.
Okay,
And
so my first question would be where are these women who who has all these expectations because that is
I
unrealistic.
see them
However,
all online. I see them everywhere. These women, like if he making say he making a good 40,000 a year, they say I want to date a man unless he makes six figures. Like this six figures numbers done got ridiculous out here.
yeah,
And
I don't even
me
think most men
personally,
make
I
six
don't know no
figures.
man making six figures.
Yeah, most men don't. Most men don't. So I think sometimes people say things just to get a rise out of people, but also I just think most people should date. I would say on their level. That would be my go-to answer, or try to go after someone that's kind of on your level or higher. I don't think you should go your
Yeah,
beneath your standards
but
because it won't work out. Like there will be
I'm gonna say this too, women. I'm gonna say these two women out there, man. If you think your level higher than your ass, if your level is, man, you need to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror now. Like, but I
we
love
all
all
can
y'all
come from
women out
work.
there, man. I ain't gonna knock y'all, man, because I respect y'all hustle if y'all got hustle. But at the same time, I'm just saying y'all making it rough on us men out here. Y'all got too high expectations. You got
See,
us looking bad.
I think for you, like you're probably in a category that's very far and few in between, right? It seems to me that a lot of men and women, but a lot of men that are speaking out currently, I think they're working out a lot of their issues online instead of in therapy.
Let's talk about Steve Harvey and Will Smith. Let's talk about that for a quick second. Why do women gravitate towards a bigger man they can manipulate and control and do dirty? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with that in the community?
Hold on, did you say okay, Will Smith and Steve Harvey? Uh, so Steve Harvey, I don't know. Okay, so him and his wife. He worships her, right?
He
So
worships her. Like,
why would I mean? I guess I can't blame her in a
do
sense because
women like a man worshiping her? In my experience in life, women that scares a woman away.
yeah, I don't. Most women, unless they have a purpose, right, or like a specific purpose, most women don't want a man that they can push around. Most of them don't, because how if they're supposed to protect you, how are they going to protect you when they can even protect themselves from you?
I won't say every race of women, but it's looking more like my color of women. They want a man they can take. It's like city girl culture is everywhere these days. Like they want a man that they can just take his money, push him around, hog him out,
But that
and go
stuff's
on
not
their business.
real. I mean, look at
You don't think it's real?
a lot of that stuff is not. I mean, I'm saying it's not realistic. Like,
I,
because even if those women are saying these things, like for instance, Cardi B, when I think she made a song saying she don't cook or clean or something like that,
yeah.
and
Then you
and
see
then
her
we see
cooking
her
and
cooking
cleaning.
and cleaning. You know what I mean? So that stuff's not real. So I think a lot of impressionable young ladies are hearing these things and are thinking that they're supposed to do it. And no, this is not real. This is just entertainment. You know, and
Same
they
thing
should
with
walk away from that.
I
Which
can say the same thing with the young men watching these men with guns and on the internet and ready to crash out, and then they're gonna end up in jail. But
yeah,
from
or even some of the dating advice that's online. I mean, I don't know why it's so complicated, now, but people just need to heal. That's what I think. People just need to heal because
so
everybody's trying to everybody's just trying to one up the next person, or I don't know why everybody wants to be quote unquote famous, or I don't know what that is, like what that is. I
so
just remember a simpler life maybe about 10, 15 years ago.
we
So
older than the norm right now. So
right,
but
right.
so but is the culture toxic for us at this point? Is it bad? Does it do us more bad than good? Is it like crack in the '90s? Is it doing more bad than good? It's look good on the outside, but the culture is secretly killing us.
Oh, well, on the surface, I would say it's not doing us. I don't, you know what? I'm not going to even say it's not doing us any good. I think there's some good in it. However, because it makes people, more driven to
it,
achieve their
it, it's
goals.
hard for me to say too because like I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's hard for me to say too because you got so many people that's millionaires off of hip hop and hip hop culture, but
Hmm.
on the back end of it, the youth is suffering because they actually believe in the lyrics and the rhymes, and such as you have said. These women believe in the younger women believe in the older women that's how they got there by doing these malicious things, such as even with the men of being dealers in the street. So it's
Yeah,
like
and
it's
it's
like
whoever the media props up too, of course, right? Because
yeah, man.
if we're seeing certain things constantly, day in, day out, that more than likely, especially the impressionable minds, the young impressionable people, they're gonna think this is real life, and it's not. That's why I said they need to get more in touch with reality and just showing like how many people. I bet if we took a poll and asked like people where their first dates were, I'm sure a lot of them will be chain
Gotta put the
restaurants, coffee
poll up.
shops.
You gotta put the poll up
They
now. You said it. You gotta put the poll up.
I
So
mean, to me, the thing about it with even with all of that, how do you? Because I think we were talking about earlier about how you measure, love. Is it measured with the amount of money that someone has? And of course not. Your kids, when they come into the world, they don't measure your love by the amount of money you give them.
so let
It's
me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. If your man out lose it all tomorrow, is you leave him? Is this just because he don't eat?
No, not well, me personally, no. Time is invested, you know what I mean? And anybody who's been with somebody for a while and you've
Yeah.
invested, why would you just leave? And of course, that's again a loaded question. It depends on what led to this whole
Say
losing
he
of
got sued.
everything.
Say he got sued. Say he like DJ Envy. Let's put DJ Envy in. You think his wife's gonna stay if he lose all the money? Because he can't be the
Um,
same man he once was without the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure his confidence gonna go down. He's gonna go into a little misery mode, So and then like he still got responsibilities as a man. So how should he like from a woman point of view? How should he handle something like that if he do go on eat? How should a man handle experiences if he goes on back to zero?
So I asked the first question. I'm not sure about their. I don't know too much. I've heard certain things about their relationship, but it depends. Sometimes when the money get tight, things get things get funny. Will she stay? I think she will, at least for a little while. You know what I mean? And then depending on how long it lasts, then she might like, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do what I need to do. But how should a man handle that? I mean, to me, you can't if you're in a tight situation, you're gonna have to be very patient. Like if your wife or spouse or whomever does something that you don't like and is petty, don't even bring it up. Just basically he's gonna have to be on his best behavior especially if she didn't know about what was going on behind the scenes. If this is true, if all of that stuff is true, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
allegedly.
yeah, if she didn't know, then he would need to be on his best behavior and be patient. Now, if she, if this is true and she knew what was going on, then I guess he could just carry on as usual. I don't know.
But
It really.
if you was in that situation, how would you handle dealing with your man if he just got sued and lost it all? And
Of course, I would try to stand by and see what's going on first before I just make hasty decisions. Because if I make a hasty move, then that could, even if he isn't guilty, it would make him look, guilty. And they have kids and almost adult children. It's a lot invested there. I would try to, stick it out until I couldn't,
yeah.
But yeah. So, anything else you want to say about the story with the Waffle House story?
I'm gonna end it off like this, and I'm gonna tell women audience, man, and I'm speaking to you, I'm not speaking at you, women, but I'm just saying, like, I love y'all all, especially my black women, because I'm black myself. But some of y'all need to lower your standards and appreciate stick to the rivers and waterfalls you used to, like TLC. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go chasing waterfowl. Stick to the valleys you used to. I'm gonna end it off like that. Don't take it to heart. I love all y'all, man.
Yeah, you expect some comments now, because there's some stuff that was said.
Hey, don't leave this on Chit Chat Chronicles page. Bring that hate to me. You can come to the New Norm channel and bring me out of, hey, I can take it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put this on her. This is my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? She got the glamour point of view, and I got the grit, and I speak nothing but straight heat.
Well, yeah, it's some stuff we definitely have to come back and do this again, because there's a few things you said, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to talk about that. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna end this and wrap it up.
First, before you end it, tell them what you got coming out soon. Tell them what you got.
Y'all got to stay tuned. It's gonna try to start going live more on the channel. I'm not ready to put my image out there just yet, but eventually y'all will get to meet me.
And I just want to salute the Chit Chat Chronicles, the face behind the and everything, man. I hope y'all watch this, and I hope y'all enjoy it, man. And we're gonna keep working on more stuff and coming behind the scenes, man. And y'all just tell me what y'all want to talk about next. I guess that would be my last what I got to say.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on again. I appreciate all the support, and I definitely want to hear everybody's thoughts regarding this commentary, because I know there's some thoughts. But until the next time, guess we'll chat it up again. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.